Hello everyone, this is Sundance, and today I'm going to be doing a beginner's guide on Roblox Northwind. Now I know a lot of you find that this game to be quite overwhelming at first, so I'm going to be breaking it down into different sections to make it seem a bit more simpler and easier to understand. Now if you do find this video helpful or useful, then please consider sharing it to other people so they can obviously find out stuff for themselves too, and like and subscribe, because that really helps me out as well. And we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so you better do that, otherwise big noob. Anyway, enjoy the video. So, when you first log into Northwind for the first time, you'll spawn in James Bay, which is basically the main town or place of residence in Northwind. Now, the first thing we're going to do is come to either of these buildings over here. You can go to those as well. And these do hauling contracts, which are basically contracts that you have to go get crates from the docks, and they'll give you a few pounds in return. So if you just go into do you have any work for me, skip all that, and then just take contract, and don't worry about any of the other crafting ones because they're not as worth it as the hauling ones at the beginning. So you're going to want to come to the docks. As you can see, there's a crate there which you need to pick up, which I'm going to skip to right now. So once you get to this bit, it's part of the docks, and there's a guy called Nigel Cunnington, nice name. Just purchase the crate for £5, and then just head back to the building. So once you've made it back to the whatever store it is, just plop your crate down, talk to Maria Clark, and just do the same thing as before. Do you have any work for me? Blah blah blah. And just handing you a crate. That's a free £20 right there to aid your bank. And all these other shops, they do crates. I don't think these two do, but I'm pretty sure that one and that one and that one do crates. So all you have to do is just go down there, bring the crates back, and then you'll get some money. And so you have woodcutting, hunting, fishing, mining, woodworking, cooking, leatherworking, smithing, and building. Now, a lot of these professions tie into each other, like woodcutting and mining, and they tie into smithing, and obviously, you know, woodworking and woodcutting tie into each other. They all tie into each other. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have these 5 bars here, which basically are the different levels that you are in terms of that profession. So I'm currently master mining and expert smithing, which is painfully hard to get. If I were you at the beginning of the game, I would definitely pursue mining and smithing, and maybe later on pursue hunting and leatherworking, because smithing and mining are a lot easier to make reliable money from. Not necessarily the most money, but definitely more reliable in terms of cash income. Building is building, leatherworking, you basically use the pelts that you've basically got from killing animals to make stuff. Cooking is basically just cooking stuff. Woodworking is using the wood you've got to works, and then mining is mining. Fishing is fishing. Hunting is hunting, and woodcutting is woodcutting basically. Now I'm sure there are a lot more in-depth guides out there for professions, but that's just a quick rundown. You're going to leave James Bay for the first time, and I would personally use the pounds that you've got from doing hauling contracts and other things to go to this Maria Clark again, instead of just go to what you're selling. Buy some stuff. Now if I were you, buy munition pouches, either a small or medium for a knapsack, maybe a small because you probably won't be able to afford, and they probably won't be in stock either. Just buy a hat, buy a kilt if they're in stock, a scarf and a cloak. You don't need to look too drippy like me at the beginning of the game. Just get the bare essentials. You can also go to this cosmetic shop which just sells cool clothes, and this shop over here sells food and bandages and other stuff which you probably won't need to worry about. So now you want to go to St. Paul and you want to start pursuing smithing and mining. Well, here's a little time lapse of me going to St. Paul. So you've arrived at St. Paul, and there's quite a few buildings. So this building is like the one in James Bay. It sells like food and bandages and stuff. This is the bank. This is the smithing shop. I don't know what that one does because I never go there. And this is like all the cooking shop with like some cool stuff. Now you're gonna want to come to this building here because this building is the most important, I would think, in St. Paul. And this is the furnace and the anvil. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in here, talk to my guy Tristan Favreau or Favreau, I don't know. Go to do you have any work for me, and take the iron ingot, knife, and tomahawk contracts. And these will be the best for when you don't have a profession level as a smither, whatever. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to go to this little opening here in this cave where my spyglass is. And there's a little cave down there called Henry Hill, and basically there's a lot of deposits there which you can mine for XP and money. And once you go in, there will be 3 iron deposits waiting for you, and hopefully there isn't anyone there to kill you. Then just mine those ores, and just mine until your inventory space is full. And yeah, just keep doing that, and once you've done that, kept mining for a bit, got your inventory full, you're gonna want to come back here, and then go to, instead of going in here, go to the furnace, and craft some iron ingots. It's 3 ore for 1 ingot, so if you have like 18, then that'll be 6 ingots, which is a good amount for what you'll be needing. And then come to this anvil once you've smelted, and then craft 3 tomahawks with the ingots that you have, and then chop down some trees to get 6 pine logs too. And then you've got 3. And now that you have 3 tomahawks, then just come back in here, talk to this man, do this, do that, and then just turn them in. And that's £45, which is quite a lot for a beginner. And yeah, just keep doing these contracts until you've got a bit of money, and eventually you'll level up your smithing and mining to a high level like expert or master, and then you can do even better contracts and maybe even sell them to people to other players that need these things, these things that require smithing. And yeah, there's also another way of making money, which is this food cooking shop here. This guy does hauling contracts like the ones in James Bay, where you go down to the bay and get the crates and bring them back up, and just talk to this guy, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. And there's all of these hauling contracts. Now there are some cooking ones over here which can level up your cooking,